Hello again, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Today I'm back with my basic guide for Machamp, the big man on campus. Now, why should you play Machamp? You should play Machamp if you just like those big, heavy characters, just getting in there, dealing tons of damage, not necessarily fast. If you like mixed-up games, Machamp's your guy. His mix-ups are very punishing. It may be hard to get your moves in, but you only need to get in like once or twice. Your combos do maybe like a third to like half of somebody's health with just like one or two moves. This man hits like a truck. He hits like a grown-ass man. He plays a little bit like Zangief. If you played, if you're a Street Fighter fan, as you can see, he's got this big lariat here. Covers the air, covers behind him, gets that big step forward to get in towards the enemy. Yeah, that's a basic summary of Zangief. And by Zangief, I mean Machamp. Talk a little about his field phase options. Field phase is not the phase he wants to be in. Most of the time you spend your time in this phase just trying to get into dual phase. One thing I like to do at the start of the match is go for bulk up, which is his neutral A. It powers up all his other special moves. It gives you a hit of armor on the start up of your command grab. Wrong button. It causes your back A, your karate chop there to go through projectiles. Most projectiles. All non-multi-hitting projectiles it'll go through. That means it won't go through beams or like fully charged aura spheres or anything that hits more than once. And then it also turns your neutral A into this big diving lunge, which gets you into dual phase, which is one of the quick, easy ways in. Now, it doesn't go that full screen. You kind of stop just before starting position. It's pretty punishable if it misses, or if they block it, you just kind of stop there. His command grab, if you press forward A, he will just run all the way up to the opponent and do the command grab, which is punishable if they see you coming. You can cancel it anytime by hitting block or by hitting jump, just like a homing attack. Speaking of his homing attack, not the best homing attack. He doesn't go that fast, but if you hit with it, it leaves you in dual phase at like this perfect range from Machamp. You can go into like your auto combo, you can go into close combat there. But yeah, now some of the main ways you're going to be getting in, especially early on in your Pokken career with Machamp, is your jumping X attack. This big flip, he goes really far. He doesn't go full screen, stops about right there from the starting position. But it doesn't always go that far. It auto tracks if you jump really close. You'll swing when you get the opponent. Talk a little bit about his ranged attacks here. Not that good. His back Y is alright. It's got this big boulder. It's got a big hitbox. You can shoot it in either direction. Side Y, a little bit better. You can throw out a couple projectiles. You can cancel his side Y into this big cross slash. You can get a hit of armor on it. It goes decently far. You get some range on it. Forward Y is just that cross slash. And his neutral Y goes right into cross slash. It's worth noting your neutral Y, you can cancel your special moves. You can shoot that out and follow up with that. You can kind of hit confirm with that. If you see that hit and you're kind of in this mid range, you can dive in if you have the bulk up. His jumping Y, his big fists just look cool. They eat a lot of smaller projectiles, but that's about it. He also has an air grab. If you press BY in the air, he kind of stalls up in the air. You can use this to stall over projectiles. If you played Zangief in Street Fighter, you're familiar with this concept of doing your air SPD to kind of avoid projectiles. You can also do wake up slap in the air, which is his neutral A in the air. Kind of stalls out too. Little less punishable, but still pretty punishable. But yeah, main objective, get in a dual phase. What do you do with the homing attack? This leaves you at this nice range. And then, speaking of this is like Machamp's sweet spot right here. This is his happy place. You can go into your homing attack, press down A, go into close combat. Your grab comes out. Not super quick, but I'll talk a little bit more about his enhanced moves first. Now, if you enhance grab, it has that hit of armor on startup, so if you're nice and close, even if your opponent thinks you're going for a grab, He has that hit of armor, you can beat it, and then you're only punishable when you get that green glow at the end, whereas if you don't have that green glow, or you don't have that grab, or the super armor, you're very punishable. Close combat, which is... Your main mix-up's going to be either between grab and close combat, because if you land an enhanced close combat, look at this damage. 230 damage. I know characters where that is like their optimal combo damage, and Machamp gets it with the push of a direction and a button. But yeah, he's got his, still got his Karate Chop, which is back A. Beats some small projectiles if you enhance it. His up A is this big butt slam. Played E-Honda, kind of like that. You can aim it forward, get some distance coverage there. Now you always roll back after it. If you hold backwards, you kind of butt slam in place and then roll back, and then neutral, you just kind of return to where you started. Now, this is kind of a nice way to get in. You can butt slam forward if they're throwing projectiles out. And then if you enhance it, this is the best way to show it. You get that like an extra splash at the end. It gets a little bit more area of effect. So if you see as I'm jumping over there, I'm not hitting him, or if I enhance it, get that pop-up at the end. One more time. Miss. Extra slam. And then he still has his neutral A when he's buffed up, which is that. It knocks them out of dual phase, so it's not super good. It does go almost full screen, so you can use it to get in. Oh, it doesn't always knock out. My bad. Probably just because I hit him with some butt slams. But yeah, so that's like a nice way to get in, get close for a mix-up. Knock them away. You're kind of at that good range. You can pop a close combat on their wake-up, or pop a grab on their wake-up. He also has his forward X, which is this big charging run. Like, that'll hit from full screen. That's a nice way to get in there. It knocks them down. You can walk forward, go for something on their wake up. But it is pretty easy to see coming. You can always... His dash speed isn't great. It's about the same as if you went for your grab and then canceled it. So something that I was doing to decent success. A lot of people saw this coming. I'd run in with the grab, cancel it into like the lariat there, the counterattack. If they went for an attack, trying to beat the grab or something like that. Or if they didn't know what it was and I just saw them keep their counter up, I just run in and go straight for the grab. Yeah. Spin them around. His back X is kind of an armor move. By kind of, I mean exactly. It has a follow-up with this big upswing. You can combo it into stuff. But combos aren't really your big thing. If you want to try combos, your down X is this nice launcher. You can combo it into close combat. You can't combo it into his grab. You can combo it into his air grab if you have really good timing. But his air grab's more just to catch people out of the air and throw them back down. If I set my opponent to jump here, I can show you that air grab that I keep mentioning. It's the same in both phases. It looks exactly the same. It helps if I jump first. You just kind of whip them around, throw them back down. It doesn't change phases, which is nice. But, like I said, it's not his best anti-air. Your best bet is wait for him to come down and try to catch him in close combat, but a little unsafe. You still can float in the air by just throwing up wake up slap. Just kind of chill there in the air. Now he has a charge move, which you do by holding the A button, which I tend to charge right after I do bulk up. It's Scary Face. It doesn't deal any damage, but it comes out really fast. You have armor while you're doing it, and it lowers the opponent's speed at about, what's the max range? I think about here's max range? Yeah. Get that speed decrease, makes it easier to get on the opponent. They can't walk away from you as fast. Just a nice little thing to do. There's not much to talk about in his dual phase either. He doesn't have a lot of moves, not a lot of mix-ups, but what he does have get the job done. You can cancel your forward auto combo into his big like cross/X there. Get some armor. You can cancel either the second hit or the third hit, I believe, just by hitting the X button. It goes into that. The only way to combo into close combat is up Y, which is, it has a deceptively long hitbox. Kind of got that phantom hitbox. About there. Oh, I'm bad at this little game. Here, start close together. You can mash out and get close combat. But yeah, he's very much, he's just a fun character. If you're just like somebody on their wake up, somebody jumps in on you, block their attack, and then just get that close combat, it feels so good to hit somebody with that. Just ooh, just hits the spot. Talk a little bit about his synergy burst here. He's always considered bulked up in this phase, so you don't have to charge any of his moves. He just always has it. He always has that big dive. Grab always has armor. Close combat always hits like a truck. And then everything else he does just hits harder now. Like, his close combat, 247 damage. That is he hits like a truck filled with trucks covered in truck sauce. That is a lot of damage. That's really all he gets in synergy burst mode. Like, he has access to his super, which doesn't hit at max range. Like, if he's all the way back there, it doesn't go into the animation. You have to be up close. Like, I gotta be, let me reset here, get my burst back. I think this is about max range where his burst will actually go into the animation if it hits. I don't know why that is. He has enough problems with opponents being far away. His burst is just, it's not the greatest. Like, you can combo into it like every other burst in the game, just with your auto combo, cancel out into your burst attack. Just throw a couple Ys in there, go for the burst. Which is probably the best way to confirm into it, considering it's got that weird range where it just doesn't hit. But I don't know. I don't. That bothers me. He already has enough problems with opponents at range. Why would you make it even worse? But yeah, that's all there really is to be said about his burst attack. Also, I mean, everything deals a little bit more damage. That's the same to be said with like everybody's burst attack. For support options, anything that keeps the opponent in place, anything that helps you get in there faster, like whether it's something that gives you a speed boost. I've been using Quagsire. He throws out this big mud field that the opponent gets stuck in lock stun. You can walk up, go for stuff. Yveltal does it. Same thing, puts a big field on the ground, the opponent gets stuck in. Cubone's good, that Bone Rush kind of keeps people in. Diglett works okay. You can kind of walk up next to the Diglett as it goes forward, and the opponent's usually blocking. Frogadier works, because he throws out a bunch of projectiles that your opponent has to deal with. But yeah, like I said, any assist that kind of keeps your opponent in place, helps you get in. I've seen a lot of people using Frogadier because sometimes if they're having an easy time getting in, they'll switch to the Eevee so they can heal back the damage they take as they try to walk in, or like some block damage, chip damage they're taking while blocking and walking forward. His counterattack dash cancel is actually pretty good. His dash has got good distance, it's just really slow. So if you're able to catch something in your counterattack and then just dash forward, that's a good way to get into. But yeah, Machamp's big problem is getting in, but once you get there, just go for like an enhanced grab, eat whatever they're trying to do to break your grab, like 180 damage there. Doesn't even knock them out of dual phase the first time you do it. Just close combat, just neutral close combat without being enhanced, off the wall, 210, like, ugh. Man is a beast. Like, you may not get in that often, but you only need to get in once or twice. Oh, now I'm just gushing about how much damage this man deals. Look at that, 260 off the wall. Alright, that brings me to the end of my little Machamp basic guide here. So far, looking like the next one's going to either be Chandelure or Blaziken. If you want to change that, throw me a note in the comments, hit me up on Twitter, call me up on the telly. But yeah, until